Is this really happening? Second upload in a row? Back to back? Yes, I am back. Back. And I am not black. I am Samus. And yes, I'm doing it. I'm doing it, guys. I'm back. Back to a decent schedule, maybe. Partly. Just for today, maybe. But anyways, I hope y'all are having a good day. Today was pretty okay for me. Didn't have much going on at work. Though I will say I messed up pretty bad. Not my worst mess up, but significant enough for me to actually feel bad. And the funny thing is that it's a task I've been doing for months now. And I've actually never made this mistake, but it's something I should have caught. And basically, what happened was, for one of the, I mean, I'm not gonna go into detail, but let's just say like I used the wrong currency. And that's a pretty big deal when working in a bank because, well, when you use the wrong currency, well, you have to, obviously depending on the way it goes, the currency, it could be that you're paying the client more money or less money, you know, depending on the currency, and then you have to convert it back. So it was pretty big, and yeah, I've never made that mistake before. I've always been, well, actually, what's supposed to actually happen is when I do the task that I do, the currency is actually auto done. So most of the time it's supposed to be fine. But yesterday it just happened to be, it was Australian. So I don't know what the frickin' Australian currency is. It was A. It's just called A. No, I actually don't know what the Australians use. What do Australians use? That's like, actually I should know this. Like AU? That's what it says on the stinking thing that I look at every day. But anyways, we don't really get Australian currencies that often, and I messed up. And the funny thing is, too, there was actually 3 of them that was Australian. And yeah, I messed up because one of them was US accidentally. And again, not really my fault because it was auto. But again, I should have caught it and I should have been the one to reverse it or change it or whatever. But yeah, it caused kind of a big problem. Not for me, but for my coworkers. Because I don't know how to fix that problem, because again, that's never happened to me before. So obviously, if it's never happened, I don't know what to do. But you know, I guess now I know, kind of. Even though again, I wasn't the one to fix it. It was my coworkers. So shout out them. And yeah, it looked like a big headache because they were sending emails back and forth with this one person, and obviously I'm attached to the email, so it was pretty big. And I didn't get like crap for it like I normally do. Like if I make a mistake, I feel like they're more lenient with me just because they probably know that this was an actual genuine mistake, and that, you know, it could have been just a, you know, like the one minor mishap that I overlooked, which is actually true, because honestly, it was a bit yesterday for that one specific task, and again, there was multiple Australian ones, and I happened to like, you know, I was looking at it and I was like, oh, they all look fine. So yeah, oh well, unlucky for me. But the main thing why I feel kind of bad is because the person who fixed my error was actually a person who's retiring from my team. They're actually leaving next week, so it's kind of, you know, it's a big thing that they're leaving. And I felt bad because I didn't want to give them work, and I know like a lot of my other coworkers are trying not to give her as much work, because, you know, I actually don't feel bad about that at all. You know, I'm not trying to be like, oh yeah, you're retiring, we gotta use you up, you know, like, you know, they deserve every ounce of their retirement. You know, they've been in the company for, I don't even know, actually, like 3 decades, and that's, you know, it's crazy imagine, you know, being at the same job for that long. It's pretty crazy, to be honest. But yeah, you know, I respect them, even though, you know, they're not the coworker that I would say I'm very fond of, but, you know, they are a coworker of mine, and they have helped me over several months that I've been here. So yeah, you know, sad to see them go, but, you know, I'm really happy for them. And we're having actually this big, I really hope they don't watch this video, I highly doubt they will, but we're having a secret surprise retirement party for them. And I am helping with it, sort of, but they wanted me to make a slideshow presentation. Not something crazy, it's just a slideshow presentation of all their photos And, you know, currently, after I saw the folder, was about 80, which honestly wasn't that much because I was calculating it and I was thinking, like, if I put it for, like, I don't know, 30 seconds per slide even, it wouldn't even be that long, you know? Or like, no, actually, I said 5 seconds. 30 seconds is kind of long. I don't know how long you'd be looking at a photo for. But 80 photos, they wanted me, the way that my boss said to me, because my boss was the one that asked me about this, because I guess, you know, he thinks that I'm a techie guy and I can make good presentations, which, I mean, I should be able to make good presentations. I went to gosh dang university and all we did was do presentations, so yeah, I wasn't opposed to it anyway. Like, I said, yeah, I will do it. Not like I had a choice anyway, but yeah, I made this presentation and he gave me some things that he wanted on it. Of course, the photos, say happy retirement at like the top, you know, just make it look nice. That's about it really. And again, I can do all these things, but I was just thinking about it, you know, like they want to have this slideshow, they want it on loop for the entire time that we're having this like party thing. Again, it's during work hours, so it's only gonna be, it's about like a lunch break really, maybe 1 to 2 hours. And you know, if it's gonna be on loop the entire time, I would want it to be kind of long. But I was really thinking about it, like if I'm putting 2 photos per slide, right? You know, it's 40 slides in total. We're talking maybe 5 seconds each per slide. That's what I was thinking. And then I calculated it's like only like 6 minutes. And I'm like, I don't know if I can be playing this video, you know, it's gonna loop at least 10 times, you know? Maybe double that, because if we're gonna be there for 2 hours, then it'll be, you know, double that amount of time. And I'm like, dude, I don't know if I have enough photos for this, especially for the task. And again, you know, honestly, he's kind of correct. We don't really want just one giant photo for each one. Like, to be honest, that's pretty lame. And not even lame, it's just like you get the photo really close up, you know, and it's just like, oh, we don't really want that, right? You just want it like a little montage, right? But again, if this is gonna be looping out through the entirety of the freaking time we're there, you know, I want it to be good. I want it to be good, and not only that, I just want it to be like, dang, I don't know what to do. Like, I don't know what to add flair. We're just gonna add these photos, a nice background. All I can think of is a nice background. I don't think I'm gonna put any music or anything. It's just gonna be like, it's literally just presenting a slideshow. So it's not a video, you know, it's not a video. I think that's just kind of the thing for me. It's not a video. If it was a video, oh my gosh, the edits would have gone hard. But, you know, since it's a slideshow, that, you know, it's very limited to what I can really put on there. But, you know, I'll try my best. And again, it's just kind of funny. I'm the newest person on my team, so how is this like gonna really go? You know, like I have no real input in this entire celebration. Like I still feel like the new person on the block, and it's just funny to be like at the beginning of my career versus, you know, someone at the end of their career. And I don't know if I said this in my previous video. I don't even know if I already talked about this. I feel like I did, but maybe it's just because I talked about this one specific thing so many times, and I talked to my friends about this. But now that I'm doing it in a video, it feels like I'm doing it again. But I actually haven't talked about it in a video, maybe. But they joked around about me saying a speech. Now, I actually don't know if they actually want me to do a speech, and if they do want me to do a speech, it's going to be so chopped. Like, I don't know. Oh man, I've known them for all 30 years of my life. Like, what the? Not even 30. They've been working longer than I've been alive. It's crazy to say. But anyways, you know, like if they asked me to do a, you know, a whatchamacallit, oh my gosh, I just pulled myself. If they asked me to do a speech, like, dang, it's gonna be kind of crazy. But I am prepared. I will be fully prepared, even if they don't want me to do it. I will have something prepared in my head. I don't have it right now. Again, I didn't think about it this far. Like I didn't have it for this video. I didn't have it ready for this video. But I will say, I will have it prepared for real. And I just killed myself. I do not know how to play Zero Suit Samus. But anywho, that's what's been going on today. Lots of things to talk about. I was talking about how I had so much stuff to talk about in my last video. I guess some current events I should talk about. So Drake is having a really big thing going on in Toronto. He had like this big giant ice sculpture, and it's for his promotion for his new album, his rollout for his album. Now, I'm not a big Drake fan, to be honest. Like, I don't have anything against Drake. I'm just saying that, like, I'm not really, like, one to be excited for his albums, like, to be released. But I'm a fan of music, so I will listen to it. So, I think it was really funny because it was just like a giant ice sculpture, and, like, it was in the middle of Toronto, and it's actually very close to where I work. So, I actually could have seen it. I mean, it's still there. I still could see it, but I'm choosing not to, mainly because I don't care, but also because, I don't know, I've seen some crazy videos about what's going on. There's some people with some, like, sledgehammers, and they had, like, people light fires on top of the ice to make it melt. Oh, because, by the way, if, like, in the middle of it or something, like, close to the middle of the ice sculpture thing, apparently when it melts, it's going to have the release date. But then, a day later, some streamer actually already, like, got to the middle of the ice or something. Maybe, I don't even know how they got to it. Maybe they knew, maybe they're part of this, you know, promotion after all. You know, maybe it was all just a ploy to get this streamer exposure. But this streamer got a hold of the thing that says the release date of the album, and so it's been announced. If you haven't heard, and it's announced for May 15th, which is actually my Lola's birthday. She's turning 92, I think. So yeah, I'll be honest, I'm more excited for that. Oh, also, I will be going on a trip to Europe. Like, that's the first day of my trip, so I will be on a plane most likely on that day. I'm pretty sure. And so I don't even think I'll be able to really give my full ICEMAN attention, which was the name of the album, ICEMAN. But, you know, it was a neat little thing for a day or two. Right now, I feel kind of bad because I just saw a bunch of, like, videos about, like, there's police and firefighters, like, they're trying to put out the ice, and they're, like, hosing it down with water. And it just looks horrible. And I don't know who, like, I don't think Drake really planned this out, to be honest. I don't think he thought it out this thoroughly. I will say it was a neat little thing for a day, like I said, but again, yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't really feel like we could have maybe done something better to when we found out the date, you know, why couldn't we have done something? I don't know. Maybe we need those guys to light the fire back. Also, I don't know how to use yours. I'm actually, like, trolling. Okay. But anyways, that's, like, the one big piece of news. And, you know, we're going to go from one musician to another, but, you know, David, of course. How could I not talk about David Guys? I think it's just still the craziest story, to be honest. And I think, obviously, I was more shocked when it first got announced. And dude, it's just like mutilated the body, you know, chopped her up, underage. It's just like the worst. That's like the worst thing I've ever heard come out of, like, a story like this. Like, chopped up the body is crazy, man. And yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I really, like, it kind of sucks too, because he's so close to my age, and it just feels like, man, like, someone who had that much, you know, he had fame and fortune. He really had it all. Like, he could have done so much more with his life, and he decided to do, like, that horrible thing. And you know, maybe you know, maybe he is. No, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think he really is. Like, dang, man. It's just horrible. And, you know, RIP to her, Celeste. Just a gross situation overall. But, yeah. Crazy how it took long, but, you know, they say that they were gathering up the evidence. You can watch lots of videos on this topic. But way better at explaining the situation than me. But, yeah, the whole thing is just horrible. And, yeah, I just hope that justice is served at the end. And so, with that, okay, that being said, I feel like there's nothing much else to talk about Also, other than the fact that I just got bodied by this Kazuya, but low-key, if you're watching my gameplay, I was like, guys, I don't know what the frick I was doing. I'm rusty. I'm just trolling around. But anyways, hope y'all had a good one. Back-to-back videos. Holy crap, I'm actually going to go on a run! Yes! I'll see you guys tomorrow for sure. 100%.